Yo, yo, what's good? It's your boy Mark. I got a little trade breakdown video for y'all today. It's a possible entry within the next couple of days. I'm just kind of watching it, have it already set up. I'm just gonna, for my more visual learning, just kind of break down exactly how I view the chart in order to place my entry, stop loss, and take profit. So, looking at this, we're gonna go start at the monthly. So monthly, looks like there's a nice little uptrend going. Possible continuation, but there's also a possible rejection because as you can see around this area, price tended to come up and come back down. So or it came up and came back down. So it might continue to go back down because as you can see, every time it comes up, there's a very strong push down. So we're looking bullish for the monthly, I would say. Let's see. So the weekly, starting to see this possible head and shoulders pattern forming. Now, all head and shoulder patterns in the actual market conditions are not perfect. You feel me? One shoulder can be higher than the other shoulder. Um, I know you see charts all the time and they're like perfect layouts of, different chart patterns and different candlestick patterns, and that's not really the case most of the time in the market. Sometimes you do get those perfect setups, and that's when, you want to risk a little more. For my more experienced traders, you know what I'm talking about. You can break a couple rules, you feel me, when you're more than certain. But yeah, so we're looking at a possible head and shoulders, which means looking for rejection in this area, and then a possible bearish move down. So we're gonna go to the daily, and so each candle is representing a day right now. Sorry, I forgot to say. For the monthly, of course, each candle is going to represent a month. For the weekly, each candle is going to represent a week. Now we're on the daily, so each candle is going to represent a day. Now, I like what I see right here in this area. That is nice rejection of this area right here. I'll mark it for you guys. Of which was at one point support and acted as resistance, bounced down, rejected this area of support right here, and now bounced back up. And as you can see, the last trading day, which would have been Friday, there was a strong rejection for that day. So I wouldn't say this is an engulfing candle, but they're just about the same size. So that leads me to believe that there is going to be a bearish move. So we're looking pretty bearish from my viewpoint for the most part for this next trading week at least. So that's when I get to the 4 hour. Head and shoulders kind of comes a little bit less clear, but every candle is representing 4 hours, and you can see I like this nice rejection of this area right here, and I feel like I said, it could possibly come all the way up. It could stay down here and reject, but I'm definitely looking for and predicting rejection of this area and a bullish move down. So then we're going to go to the hourly, and yeah, now you can see that head and shoulders is a little more apparent. You can see that consistent rejection of that area, and then even when it broke over it, it kind of rejected off of it before dropping back below. So it was one support and resistance. When an area becomes support and resistance like that, that's a very strong area that you want to pay attention to, especially when price is approaching it, in this case, the bullish direction. So, like I said, right now, I'm just looking for a push up, some rejection, and our entry is not going to be until there is a break and retest. So I'm going to use some arrows. So here's what I'm predicting is going to happen pretty much. Boom. So it's going to reject. It's going to come up to that area, then it's going to reject it. Okay. Now, I am predicting that it will continue to come down. Break this. There will be some either consolidation or a retest. That's when we are looking for an entry, and then we enter when we start to see that push down again. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a move up, or I'm looking for rejection of this area. That could be all the way down here. It doesn't have to be all the way up here. It's not always going to be perfect. You want to see it start to go down, but we're not going to enter until it breaks this level right here. Should have put that more down here. This level right here where it bounced off and bounced off again. So we're going to wait for that break, retest, and then drop. Now, I know you're like, so if you think it's going to come down, why don't you just enter when it starts to come down right here? Just because you think it's going to do something doesn't always mean it's going to do something. You want to wait till it actually happens. You have to be very patient when it comes to trading because at the end of the day, I'm going to keep it real with you. This is gambling, but if you manage your risk correctly, you win more than you lose. Even when you're losing more trades than you're actually winning, you still end up making money. It's not all about winning trades. There's a lot more psychological and money management stuff involved into it. And I will be breaking that down in the course that I have coming out very soon. So please stay tuned for that. It's going to be a game changer. Hopefully I could make a couple millionaires out of a couple people who invest in this course. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, so just because you think it's going to happen doesn't mean it's always going to happen. So that break and retest down here is going to be my confirmation for me to enter. So I'm just going to wait. I'm going to be very patient because it could bounce off of this, but this is still a strong level of support. You see that bounce, and it's also a strong level of resistance because back here it bounced off that level. So it could start to come down, break, and then come all the way up. You feel me? It could just boom, boom, and then come all the way up. And that is what we call a fake out, when it breaks that support, but then ends up shooting right back over it. There is no retest. That's why you always have to wait for a retest. So that's for the pair, Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. I'm just going to be watching that over the next day or two, see what happens. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. All right, so quick little update. I did take a position on Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. So show y'all real quick. Entered in on this 15-minute candle. Boom. So far we are $144 in profit. I know you probably can't see that. $154. So I'm gonna go to bed. It's 2:22. Have an alarm set for 6:45, so I can get up, eat breakfast, go to the gym bright and early. And I'll check on my trade, and I'll give y'all another update in the morning when I wake up. All right, so we have some good news, and then we have some great news. So, of course, we're going to start with the good news. The good news is The trade is complete. We hit our take profit. As you can see, we entered here is a very good entry. I mean, we could have entered it on one of these candles, but I was tired. I went to sleep. I was confident in my stop loss placement and my entry. Um, I knew there was just going to be some type of rejection of this level right here. I'm sorry, this level right here. See that? That's one indicator. When price just kind of sits there, boom, that's another indicator. So I was like, all right, stop loss is going to go right there. Put that entry in, and as you can see, it just keeps going down. So in my first vid, which will be the beginning of this video, that was, I believe, on the 18th when I was doing my like pre-market analysis that I do at the beginning of the week for all the pairs that I trade. I price was right here, and I basically said, okay, so price was here. I was like, all right, so I think it's gonna come up, reject this area, come down, you feel me, break this area, retest it, then keep going. Obviously, that did not happen. Price continued to go up and up and up. I knew eventually it was going to come down. So this was the first indicator. This very, 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 very large bearish engulfing candle. Then I marked out this point of resistance. Then I marked this right here because I saw that little uptrend, the little flag. Then I saw a rejection of my trend line. Now, just because I draw the trend line there doesn't mean it's an actual trend line, but I kind of saw the pattern already forming, so I kind of already knew it was going to happen. And after that break of that line is when I entered my trade. So at the end of this candle, I saw that break. There was a mini retest. And we're here now. So I was able to close out of 2 out of the 4 of my positions. The reason why I am still holding 2 positions is because of my inference that I made in the beginning first video, where I thought price was eventually going to come down here and reject. That analysis that I made on Monday is still valid because price just broke a major level of what was support and is now resistance. So I am looking for a retest because the market isn't just going to keep going straight down. It's going to take a break, is what I like to call it. It's going to consolidate. It might come up, but I do expect, if it does come all the way up here, a rejection of this level and a continuation of the downtrend, because I do still believe that this week will end bearish. So I will be holding my last 2 positions. I was able to take profit on 2 of my positions. I will keep y'all updated on when I close out of this position as well. So just stay tuned. I will be doing, this will be my first YouTube video, so I would definitely be doing more trade breakdowns because I believe, like, yeah, I could sell you a course to teach you how to do it, but like me actually doing it and you seeing me doing it is honestly the best way for you to learn. So yeah, that's basically my trade, one of the trades for the week. If I have any more plays, I'll definitely post them as well. So get ready for this come up, yeah. It's coming.